Hey guys, it's Supa here. So today the Adventurous Journey event has returned, and if you're unfamiliar with this event, there are 4 different hero paths you can choose, and if you choose to spend money, I believe it is about 50 USD, 40 or 50 USD, you can get one of these 4 heroes. So I'll explain to you which one you should choose, both as a spender or as a free-to-play player. So first of all, when you click on each track, you can see the special rewards. There's actually more rewards than all of these shown here. For example, there are multiple runes and multiple energy hourglasses and so on. But anyway, the main thing that you should notice is that there's one main hero, which is the one shown in the picture, and one other hero, which is secondary. So this applies to every single of these options. So the main option, for example, which will be Lance, Penny, Heart, and Marvilla, do require you to spend money to obtain. However, as a free-to-play player, you still can obtain this secondary hero, which is Lysander, Dakota, Moloch, and Quinlan. So, if you're a free-to-play player, in my opinion, this decision is very simple. So you shouldn't be choosing based on the main hero, but rather you should be choosing based on the secondary hero. And amongst these 4 options, the best one, personally, is Dakota. She's a pretty decent budget support in the poison team. So if you don't have better options, she is still very usable, especially at the earlier stages of the game if you do need a poison support. But what if you're a spender? Then this decision becomes much more difficult, but still pretty easy to make. So if you don't have any of these 4 characters, then you should by default just be picking Lance, or in any situation where you don't have Lance, you should be picking Lance. However, if you already have Lance, regardless of exclusive, and you do want to spend on this event, then I would choose Penny next. And the reason why I wouldn't ask you to just get Lance at exclusive 3 if you're willing to spend and you already have him is because you can always get Lance to exclusive 3 using Eyes, given that you already have the first copy. So you are better off, if you choose to spend on this event, getting something new that you don't have. So in my opinion, the order in which you should get these characters would be Lance, Penny, and then for Marvilla and Heart, it's kind of up to you. Heart isn't actually really used in any late game content, but he still is a average or decent burn damage dealer. Nothing amazing, definitely, and outclassed by other non-limited time hero characters like Chelsea. Whereas Marvilla is still a very good HP burn support and used in meta HP burn teams. So that being said, getting value out of Marvilla, especially as a newer player, will be very difficult. She does need to be built well, and she isn't a character which does everything on her own. She's purely a support. She doesn't do much damage. So you only really should be using her if you have a complementary HP burn DPS to use her with. So anyway, if you don't have Lance, you should pick Lance. If you have Lance but don't have Penny, then you should pick Penny. Otherwise, maybe you could choose just not to spend on the event at all. Personally, I don't think it's worth spending for either Heart or Marvilla. The main options should be either Lance or Penny. So personally, I don't plan on spending on this event, so I'll pick the Penny route over here, and that's mainly for this Dakota, since I wouldn't be able to get the main hero. And upon clicking, you can't change your path, and you can see that you will get a bunch of rewards here, and there are these daily quests as well. So you can complete these 3 daily quests every day, and you get 2 of these compasses every day. And make sure you don't miss a day, especially if you are spending on this event. So if you're a spender, buy this supply card over here, 30 USD, and you will get enough tokens to unlock every single thing, given that you do your daily quest every day. So as a free-to-play player, you will only be able to complete up to stage 28, which is still decent because you do get a good number of various resources, echo runes, regular runes, 1 supreme rune, and so on. And of course, if you're a spender, the rewards are much better with these equipment chests, mythic scale, mythic A blessing, and of course the main character, which should be the most important thing. So yeah, a very straightforward event. Just wanted to go through what you should be picking. As a free-to-player, just as a summary, as a free-to-play, personally, I'll pick the Penny/Dakota route. As a spender, if you don't have Lance, pick Lance. If you have Lance and don't have Penny, pick Penny. Besides that, I don't feel that it's that worth it to spend money on the remaining characters, Heart or Marvilla. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys next time.